Hello. Around this time of the year, when I used to stream, I used to do Spooktober, which was a time of the year where I would play horror games, and there were a few people who liked them, my playthroughs, that is. And so, I decided that it would be a good time to bring back not the entire month of Spooktober. I mean, it depends on how long the game is, but just to play this new game here that came out, Silent Hill FFX. And because this is the only occasion I have of using a mathematical reference or mathematical knowledge to make a very small witty joke about it, then I will be referring to the name as Silent Hill F of X. Then, because we are in this time of the year, this is a good chance for me to do that again, in specific with Silent Hill F of X, for a few reasons that gave me curiosity about the game. So to begin with, the main character has a very nice hairstyle. Okay, it's not because of that, but she does have a very nice hairstyle. I like it, and that's a good stepping, how do you say? It's a good starting point, right? A stepping stone, the starting point into me enjoying the game when I like the main character. But that's all I know about her. I've stayed away with everything related to what the game is. Can you hear that? That's an airplane. Let's see if the noise suppression works properly. Anyway, that's besides the point. On to the actual reasons which I find the game intriguing. The first one is about Konami's track record. When was the last time they made a big Silent Hill game entirely new, right? There was that other one a while ago, which I don't even know the name of, what it is about, and I should be looking at the camera to you. I don't even know what it is about, but you'll have to excuse me because there is a big light that's being pointed right at my eyes. Okay, enough of the tangent jokes. I keep doing that. I won't take it long. Anyway, right. So about Konami and Silent Hill, but like I was saying, I don't even know what name that other game had, what it was called. But it didn't interest me at all. Zero interest. So now they're coming out with this, and not only do I already like the visual style and how the main character looks, and visuals to me, I like to get a first feeling of the aesthetics of the game to see if I enjoy it or not. And they've already pleased me in that regard. But then I have to question myself, it's Konami, and I don't really have affinity for Konami, even though I've played the Metal Gear Solid games and the Silent Hill games, because of Konami as a company and historical decisions and so on and so forth. I don't have to really explain that to you, and I don't feel like doing it. I assume that you know what I'm talking about, or have an idea. But moving on, how do I make sure? Well, I don't make sure. What gives me the curiosity to try this game out and suspect that it's not going to be something bad? First of all, they hired, I think it's a writer that is responsible for a series in Japan called, was it Umineko or something? I don't know anything about that series. And I don't want that writer to come to Silent Hill and bring over his, how do you say? I don't want a repeat of his work in Silent Hill. I don't want him to use Silent Hill as the means for us to go, oh, I want to see what this guy also does on his main projects. Naturally you will have that curiosity, right? But what I'm saying is that I've already seen this, a bit of this, but I've already seen fans of Umineko going, oh, this moment in the game, or this character trait, or this name is exactly like that. I would like to avoid that if possible. And I don't mind a few references or tropes that he likes to employ, but if it's too much of it, not that I would know, right? Because I didn't watch the series. But if it turns out to be that way, I don't know, maybe that won't sit well with me. But I think I'm pretty benevolent when it comes to judging games. And if it turns out fun, then that's good. Now, why is that a good thing for the writer that's supposedly very popular and exceptional at what he does? I like that because it means that he probably cares about what he's doing, right? He's not just going in, he doesn't want to make a product. He is invested into the world or the characters and the story that he wants to create. That's already very nice for a game coming out of Konami lately. And so, that's the first thing. The second thing was when I switched on the game to mess around with the settings, there was a warning that it gives you, and it warns you about two things, well, other things, but two things caught my attention, and they may be bad or good things, depends on their intention. And in this year, it makes me doubt it, but because of the writer that is associated with the series, I should look at the camera. Because of the writer that is associated with this series, not the other series, I mean, and it's probably an attempt to contextualize the game, give it a bit of a forewarning, something like that. But then the game itself, when you're playing it, should already contextualize the era, time frame where it happens, right? But that's besides the point. Well, the warnings were, first of all, that they portray values and behaviors or something related to the era in which the game takes place, which is the 1960s. And then it says also that it may portray scenes of, say, torture and gender discrimination, which are two very separate things on the spectrum of anguish, agony, and excruciating pain. But the reason why I find it interesting was that it was a good opportunity for me to go and have a bit of a history lesson. And my history lesson, in my way of doing it, is not to extensively read books about it, but I watched the documentary to get a feel of the era. And in that documentary, I did find one quote that appears to summarize more or less. Well, you'll understand what I mean when I say it. And the quote is, before that, it's not a quote about women exactly. You know it's going to be probably a theme of the story, right? If it's well implemented, it could be enjoyable, right? And I already feel bad for the main character if that's the case, because I don't think that's not very nice, is it? But the quote from that video, that documentary, was so again, it's not about women, it's about women, but it's specifically about women who are wives. But I'll tell you, it said, a wife is like the air that you breathe. You can't live without it, but you don't think too much about it. So that quote kind of, I think it encapsulates somewhat well the way that I suppose wives or girls or women are viewed in that time of history. Look, I don't make commentary on that crap Pardon my language. I don't make commentary on those issues, but we'll see if the man who wrote the story can make something that is enjoyable for me. And it's if he does, then you can use these themes, these topics as valuable, interesting points in the story without making them feel forced. So really, as I'm going blind and playing this game, as I'm going to this game blind, I'm not only looking for an interesting, fun game, but I also want to be surprised in a good way to see someone take some themes that are abused and distorted and corrupted to oblivion in the times that we live today, and show the legitimate side of them, make them interesting and true, and not a way of rewriting history. Okay? And the main character has a very nice hairstyle. Now, going forward, just to end the video, as you can see here, I won't have all these 4 guests on the video layout. On the far left, I'll have the people on the chat vote who they want. On the far left, we have Tinging from Star Rail. On the middle, you have Miriam from Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. And then over here, we have Classic Pigeon. It's a pigeon. And over here, we have Vita from Okai Impact. The all characters are quite like. They make for fun companions over here on the stream. So I will ask the chat to on the stream or on the video comments, who knows, vote for who they want to see, and we can switch up one day or another. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to take to play the game. It doesn't matter how long the game actually is. It's more of how much I can play it, as in, well, you don't need to know why, but let's just say that I might be a bit limited. I'm doing well now because I'm recording this video, right? But let's say I'm a bit more limited temporarily about how capable I am of uttering words using my vocal cords and speak. You don't need to know why, it's just that. So I don't think I'll be able to stream for, day after day, very long sessions. If I can make it through like a 2-hour, 3-hour session, it will already be nice. But longer than that, might just be hurting my throat a bit. Other than that, hello again, Game 7 Bad, Devil Jim, and whatever else is funny for me to say, due to, Tekken that I used to play. Alright, I've got nothing else to say. I don't even know if the entirety of the video made any sense. We can just yapping here for like 15 minutes, and I could have made a 5-minute video with bullet points, like a script that will tell you everything, but I don't like to script things. Alright, I'll see you on the stream. Maybe later today or tomorrow. Who knows?